Hi everybody. Today I want to give a few pointers about choosing a dictionary. A dictionary is a wonderful tool, but it's a bit confusing. There's so many dictionaries out there, different prices, different focuses, and sometimes it's difficult to know what's the best type of dictionary for me. So I want to look at a few pointers, a few functions of dictionaries, just to help you decide which dictionary is best for you. Which dictionary best satisfies your needs. Now, I'm going to consider bilingual as well as English dictionaries. I just took a random sample from what I have at home. I'm not including all dictionaries because I don't have all dictionaries, and it depends on you or what you specifically need. But the more you know about the function of a dictionary, how it works, then the better choice you can make about the type of dictionary that suits you. Okay, every dictionary at least deals with these 4 points. First is the meaning, that's pretty obvious. Secondly, the pronunciation, which it shows you through the phonetics. Thirdly is the intonation, the strong syllable. Fourthly is the point of grammar, is it an adjective, a noun, etc. So all dictionaries, no matter how small or how big they are, they deal with these 4 points. And there are many other extras, but these are the fundamental points. So, looking at the first function of a dictionary, meaning, if I take a small dictionary like this, it's an Oxford Pocket Dictionary, and I just choose a word, for example, the word delicate. It gives me the meaning it gives me 2 meanings. This is bilingual dictionary, okay, so it's translated in Portuguese. The first meaning is delicado, and then it puts it in a context. China, so delicate china, porcelana fina. And then the second meaning is color, suave, so a delicate color. So that's 2 examples it gives me to help me understand the meaning. And it's not bad for a small dictionary like this, because obviously the advantage of this little dictionary is you can carry it in your pocket, carry it with you. Okay. Taking another example, a bigger dictionary, you wouldn't carry this in your pocket, you'd carry this in your shoulder bag. Okay. Hope you can see that there. It's still a bilingual dictionary, and for the same entry word, delicate, it shows me how many examples? Let me see. It tells me delicado, fino, frágil, sutil, suave, gracioso. So quite a lot of synonyms there, but on the other hand, it doesn't give me combinations, it doesn't put it in a context for me. So I don't know, can I use gracioso in some contexts maybe that are not appropriate. But quite a lot of synonyms there in that dictionary, also a bilingual dictionary. Going to this dictionary here, which is Collins, a very old Collins dictionary. I've been using it since I came to Brazil. And the same word, delicate, gives me delicado and fragile. Only gives me 2 synonyms. Okay. Not so good on that point. And then let's look at an English dictionary. This is a Cambridge dictionary, English. And it gives me, for delicate, it gives me examples. It makes sentences, many sentences. For example, peaches have delicate skins which are easily bruised. Delicate plants need to be kept in a greenhouse during the winter. I'm not going to let anyone else pack my china, it's much too delicate. Molly has always been a delicate person, explains Molly's health has always been delicate. We have a rather delicate situation, one that needs to be dealt with carefully in order to avoid trouble on our hands. Okay, it gives many examples actually, and it connects delicate with delicate issue, delicate matter, delicate question, delicate subject, delicate point, delicate stage, delicate balance, delicate instruments. So, it doesn't give a whole lot of synonyms, but it gives many contexts, which is actually, you don't really know a word unless you know how to put it in the correct context. So this dictionary scores well, in my opinion, in terms of giving examples, putting it in context. Okay, one other dictionary I have with me here is Webster's Dictionary of the American language. Who are they fooling? Anyway, the example they give for delicate, they show the etymology, which is a different point from the other dictionaries. You know, etymology is just the root. Does the word come from the French, from the Latin? Does it have some origin outside English? And then it gives many definitions. It gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It gives 9 examples, definitions of delicate, showing it in different contexts, but doesn't actually make phrases like the Cambridge Dictionary. So for some people, that would be the best book, the one that would give definitions of the different meanings of delicate. For other people, it would be the context, putting it in different contexts so you can see how you can use it. And for others, just knowing the synonym in your own native language is sufficient. But it's good to consider these points when it comes to meaning. Synonyms, definitions, or examples. So depending on which one you find most useful, that would be a strong point that would influence your decision which dictionary to choose. Obviously, with a bilingual dictionary, you're limited in the amount of examples you can get. However, moving on to the next point, pronunciation. Pronunciation in English is translated through phonetics. Now, you don't need to understand or study phonetics, but you should know how to use the phonetics in your dictionary. And all dictionaries, from the smallest to the largest, they have a phonetic entry. So, what you do is, I checked the phonetic entries for this word delicate already, and I noticed there were some variations. There are some small variations, but you don't need to worry about that because it's consistent with the pronunciation guide in the specific dictionary. So if you go to each dictionary, check the pronunciation guide. It's either at the back of the dictionary or in the first few pages, right? And there you'll find specific letters which looks like another language, but when you go to the pronunciation guide, they will show you how to pronounce this letter, what's the pronunciation of this letter. Now at this point, you need to take care, because in a small dictionary like this, the pocket dictionary, they give me just one example of how to pronounce it. And for example, this letter here, if I don't know how to pronounce the example word in the pronunciation guide, it's very difficult to be sure I have the right pronunciation. So that's one point you need to take care with. The pronunciation guide should have at least two. It should have at least two guide words. Now in this dictionary here, which was very good for examples, but actually they only have one guide word too, which isn't a big help. Now going to the American English dictionary, they have where is it? It's here somewhere on the cover. There, it's inside the front cover, where it should be easy to find. They have three guide words, which is a help, because English spelling is notoriously non-phonetic. Sometimes, it has different pronunciations. So if they give you three words, for sure you'll be able to understand the pronunciation of each of those phonetic symbols. So they score good on that point. This Collins dictionary, which wasn't very good for synonyms, but actually their phonetic guide is pretty good. That's the point about bilingual dictionaries, that they have to give you the English pronunciation, phonetics, and they have to give you the Portuguese pronunciation, phonetics. And there is quite a bit of information. I don't know if you can see that. On the English pronunciation, they give two guide words, and on the Portuguese pronunciation, they give examples from the Portuguese language which Brazilian speakers or Portuguese speakers can relate to help them find the correct pronunciation. And of course, nowadays many dictionaries come with CDs, DVDs, which you can hear, check the sound of the pronunciation. But as an old timer, I prefer the old methods, because what if you're not near that? If you're not near your computer, you can't check. But if you know how the phonetics works, you can look up the entry word and you can have a good idea how to pronounce the word correctly, just by checking the pronunciation guide in the specific dictionary you're using, because there may be small differences. Okay, so the next point to consider is intonation. What is intonation? Well, one more point on pronunciation. Some dictionaries will give you the American pronunciation and the British pronunciation, which some people find useful. So they would have the symbols GB for English pronunciation and maybe US for American pronunciation. This would be generally in the English dictionaries, not the bilingual. Okay, intonation. Intonation simply means the strong syllable. Where does the stress come in the word? So this word that I was looking at, if I spell the word like this, people may not be sure, should I pronounce it delicate or delicate? And if you check your dictionary, in the phonetic entry, which is right after the entry word, they put a little marker like that to show you that the first syllable is the strong one. That little marker tells you the syllable after is the strong word. Now, for some reason, the Webster's Dictionary of the American Language decided to put the syllable after, but that's an exception. And they tell you in the guide to use the dictionary that they're doing that. I don't know why they do it, but 90% to 99% of dictionaries follow this system. The mark comes first, then the syllable after is a strong one. Okay? And another reason we have, getting back to the phonetics, if you stress the first syllable here, instead of saying Kate, it becomes kit. Delicate is the correct pronunciation, because you're stressing another syllable and the other, one syllable and the other syllable is weak. So it's delicate. If Last syllable with a strong one, delicate, okay. But the first syllable is a strong one, so the last syllable is the weak. So you got to take care of these things, because intonation actually is more important than accent. If you want to be understood correctly in English, you got to get the intonation right. And we don't use, it's not like other languages where they use different symbols to show you the strong syllable. This is why you need to pay attention to the phonetics right after the entry word for both pronunciation and intonation. And another point, some dictionaries will give you the different syllables, delicate, delicate. They'll put little markers like this to show you there's 1, 2, 3 syllables. And some dictionaries don't. So if you're concerned about getting the right number of syllables, then pay attention to the entry here, if they actually break it into syllables for you. Yeah? Okay, fourth point is the part of grammar. Noun, is it countable or uncountable? You see in the U. Verb, V is the verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, article. All the dictionaries show you this, these 4 points. But as I mentioned already, only the bigger dictionary mentions the etymology, the root of the word, which can be a help in remembering what it means for people who already speak another Mediterranean language or have some foundations in another language. So, this is a very brief, very quick look at dictionaries. So, my purpose is just to help you pay attention to, well, what do I need? What am I looking for? Am I looking for something that goes into the roots of the words, or do I just want a synonym that I can use? Is that enough for me? And that will influence what type of dictionary you have. I would recommend that for beginners, obviously we'll use bilingual dictionaries, but I would recommend once you get to lower intermediate level that you also get an English dictionary, because there are so many other resources which I didn't mention. There's things like false cognates, there's extra things that they include about phrasal verbs. There's many extra features which can help your English develop. You won't develop your English if you just stick with a bilingual dictionary of limited resources. Okay, you get up to a certain level, but you won't progress beyond that. And a dictionary is a wonderful tool. It's not something to be frightened or awed by, or something to use just for the meaning of the word. As you can see, there's many tools in the dictionary. So that's just a brief look, and I hope that clarified some points or was of use. So thanks for listening.